The podcaster economy is in shambles. Remember when I told you that this would also happen? The Trump merch economy is hard not to laugh.
12 weeks into his second term. CNN chief data analyst Harry Inton is here to run the numbers. Hello, Harry. Happy Sunday to you.
You as well.
Okay, so where are we with Americans and how they're viewing the economy?
Yeah, so a CBS News YouGov poll came out earlier today, and I will just say, I'll put it in stark terms, I believe this is the worst poll that Donald Trump has received in his second term, and we can go through it, Jessica. Let's talk about the economy, right? Think the economy is getting worse. Back in November, it was 42% of Americans. You don't have to be a genius to follow this timeline. By February, it was 49%, March, 51%. Look at where we are now, 53%. The clear majority of Americans think the economy is getting worse, and that number is rising. When Trump, of course, won that second term, it was 42%. Now we're up 11
Holy Toledo.
points. The clear majority, 53%. This poll and this number in particular is no bueno.
Bro, they're losing their business and still crying and blaming everybody else.
I love this for you. I love this. Nice. I love this for you. I love to see you fail. I love to see your family be affected and hurt because you voted for Trump. Yeah, I voted for Trump. Absolutely. Did I know he was going to increase the tariffs? Yes, I did. However, I thought that the infrastructure would be set up prior.
How, dude? How? How did you think that? Why did you think that? He said tariffs are the greatest word in the English language. He never said building a robust manufacturing base is the greatest word in the English language. It'd be multiple words anyway. It would be multiple words. He never uses multiple words. He just used the one word. Why did you think that that was within his capabilities? I don't understand it. He said he's going to do mass deportations and tariffs. That's what you voted for. Why did you think that there was going to magically be factories everywhere? Like where? Where would the factories come from?
For small business to come back to America and manufacture in America. So to wish ill on someone and to love the fact that they're suffering, to love the fact that their family is being negatively affected because I didn't vote the same way that you did is f***ed up. It really is. It shouldn't matter. Anyone that enters my life, I'm going to judge you of who you are, how you are as a human being. Are you kind?
Soy right. Again, many such cases. Soy right versus dark woke. Dark woke is like, love this for you. Your business is failing. I hope you can't feed your children. Soy right's like, how dare you? I'm doing a bodies in spaces. You don't understand. When I voted for the guy who said he's going to deport everyone that hurts my feelings to El Salvador, I was doing that in a woke way. I was doing that because I thought it would be good for America. Okay? How dare you? How dare you say that I voted for a fascist piece of It's really messed up, dude.
Are you polite? Are you sincere? That's how.
Yeah, okay, dude. You didn't vote for a polite or a sincere guy. You know, what do you mean?
I judge you, not who you voted for. I've got far left-leaning friends. I got far right-leaning friends. It doesn't matter to me. I like you based on who you are. But to see someone hurt and their business fail and their family be affected because they didn't vote the way.
I mean, dog, you literally voted for this. That's why they're laughing. Like, you voted for this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even a thing that he kept a secret. You even admit that he was going to do the tariffs. And that's what you voted for. Like, what can we do? Not laugh at this? This is the funniest. This is the only person to laugh at, you know?
You did?
I don't get it.
It's f***ed up. I'm sorry. A lot of you are f***ed up. I'm sorry. We should all care about each other regardless of who we voted for. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, dude.
Paul's
Trump's tariffs are knocking out a major leg of the podcaster economy by taking out e-commerce. I know. Silver lining, baby.
Even though I agree with them on principle, are overlooking the impact, especially on smaller companies, due to just-in-time inventory policies. I'll give you a quick lecture on what it's like managing logistics. All right, I run a protein bar company, founded it with another guy, Marco Lobliner, a bodybuilder and a friend of his. Okay. We order inventory, we ran out of inventory. People go, how do you run out of inventory? What is screw up? And the answer is we don't really know. You have to test the market. You order inventory, cash flow comes in, you order more inventory, you hope you order the right amount. If you order too much, then where are you going to warehouse it? So you order everything just in time. Now these bars, by the way, are not subject to the tariffs, so this is not self-interested. I'm using that only to illustrate a point. Okay. So what happens if you run a company like Bill Ackman flagged this, where he's investing in a company that's a cold brew company that's in Whole Foods, but your glass bottles come from China, your lids come from China. You have to order everything just right, because if you order too much, where are you going to keep the glass? If you don't order enough, then you're out of stock, then you don't have cash flow. So that on the individual level, everybody has to run their company this way. Everybody does. It's easy to say these people are whining, but no, you have to run your company this way, because otherwise you have too much cash flow tied up in the inventory, then you can't market, then you can't make payroll, then you can't make key hires. How do you hire a CFO if your money's all tied up in inventory? You have 1,000 different things you have to worry about with the company, and this point of view is not being looked at with the Trump administration. So for example, Apple is going to get exempted from the tariffs. These big companies are fine. NVIDIA, they're going to get exempted. But what about the cold brew company, right? What about the companies that are running just-in-time inventory rationally, and now they have these tariffs, they're going to get margin squeeze, they're going to go out of business? What really is going to happen? So Trump needs a e-commerce small business council. People with companies that are doing $50 million or less in revenue, this needs to happen immediately. Immediately, there needs to be an e-commerce council. Founders who are making $50 million.
We need an e-commerce council. The podcaster economy is in shambles. Remember when I told you that this would also happen? Donald Trump actively coming after the one base of permanent support, the podcaster economy and the dropshippers and the Trump merch economy. It's hard not to laugh, you know?
$1 million or less. I can think of a lot of these companies who are doing it. They cannot be overlooked.
Breaking news. The Trump administration took steps towards imposing new tariffs on semiconductors and pharmaceutical products using a national security rule. I thought it was Don Quixote behind him too, chatter. I don't know. It looked like it could be. Like it's how Don Quixote envisions himself, right? Oh, this was really funny. Also, America would be better off if more people worked in manufacturing. 80% of Americans agree. 20% disagree. I would be better off if I worked in a factory. 25% of Americans agree. 73% disagree. 2% currently work in a factory. So it turns out that Americans just want other people's children to go to the factory floor. They don't want to do it themselves, which is so shocking to me. Oh my God. This is precisely the reason why I kept saying it's not the manufacturing jobs that Americans desire. It's the actual fantasy of having unionized labor that offers you tremendous benefits and a higher piece of the profits so that you can have a comfortable existence. We have jobs already in this country. Service economy jobs, for example. Lots of those jobs are gig economy jobs. The problem isn't that the jobs are gay or woke or not hardcore and hard labor. That's precisely the reason why I also kept repeating that many people that have parents that have worked in construction, or many people that currently in my community that work in menial labor, for example, construction jobs or factory jobs, don't want their children to work in factory jobs. That's kind of the American dream. The American dream is you break your back so your next of kin doesn't have to. But because we're so far removed from having any sort of factory jobs whatsoever, that people forgot about it and simply fantasize about it. Same principle behind coal miners. Nobody wants black lung. They just want a good income. They want to be able to have a single parent work in a two-parent household, and the other parent can just take care of the children or do whatever they want to do. They want to be able to go on vacation. That is what people want. It's not about wokeness at all. It's so stupid, but you're not getting that. No one is getting that. What we're getting instead is no manufacturing, higher prices in general, and no fixing of the no like onshoring. And even if there was any sort of marginal onshoring, it wouldn't mean good jobs to begin with. This is the meme. Who wants more American factories? Who wants to work in the American factories? Nope. My uncle's blaming Biden that he will go out of business because of the tariffs. That's amazing. Your uncle is keep me posted on your uncle's activities.